Hi guys, Darcy here and welcome back to the channel. So today I thought I would just do a more sit down chatty video about the vlogs that are going to be going up this week and a bit more about me, because I've realised that in the two videos that I've made now, I haven't talked an inch about myself. So I thought that I would just kind of talk a bit about myself, what I do, stuff like that. Just get to know me a little bit better. So yeah. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and let's jump into it. So what will the upcoming vlogs be about? So the vlogs I am making are going to be focused on my process as a writer, and just in general what I like to do when I'm writing. I thought this would be good for maybe someone or anyone really who wants to try their hand at writing but doesn't really know where to start, because it can be so daunting. It can be so what do I do? So I thought it would be good just to make a little series going into the building blocks of writing a story, and you can take my advice, you can take it or you can leave it, but yeah, I just thought it might help someone, or it might help me to look at my own process and see if there's stuff that I can do better personally. So I've always been creative from quite a young age, I would say. I definitely read a lot as a kid, a lot of Michael Pergo and Jacqueline Wilson. I loved it. So I read a lot as a child, really creative, kind of in my own wee world a lot of time. So I then studied GCSE drama and A-level drama and was like, I found the thing I wanted to do. So I applied to university and I am currently in my third year of university at McGee in Derry. So I've personally speaking, I really loved my course, my degree, so I might make a video on it, or might vlog some of the stuff I'm doing in third year if anyone would be interested. So yeah, no, I really love my course. I get to do loads of different things and kind of look at different avenues like writing, directing, acting, stage management, technical management, stuff like that. I really enjoy that aspect of it. So through trying various things, I've discovered that the thing I like most is writing, acting and directing. So I wrote my first play, Perverts, which was about internalized homophobia and LGBT issues and stuff like that. So I wrote that and directed it and put it on with the help of technical staff at McGee. And yeah, that was definitely my first kind of step in the door of writing and directing. Then I went on to direct Flower to Furnace, which was about gender politics and identity kind of mixed with mental health issues, and that was by an Australian playwright called Victor Sheehan, which one of my lecturers very kindly was like, do you want to put this on? And I was like, yes. And then what else? Then I directed Purgatory by W.B. Yeats, who's an Irish playwright. And yes, that's all the stuff I've wrote and directed. And then acting wise, I've done acting here and there, and the most recent thing that I've done is First Response in the Playhouse, which was about first responders during the Troubles. So I have loads of photos and stuff on my Instagram if you want to have a look at it. So yeah, so through all of that I've discovered that definitely theatre and film is what I want to do, so very lucky. So why did I kind of choose Irish folklore and Jewish mythology? So the reason really that I looked into Irish folklore is because, if you can't tell, I am Irish myself, and I think it's always interesting to look at the folklore of the place from which you're from. I just think it's one of them things where it's the people that told these stories at the time couldn't read and they couldn't write. They were essentially peasants, and they had a very low level of education, but they were able to tell these amazing creative stories that have been passed down from generation to generation to generation, and then people didn't know what they were starting when they first started that. And folklore essentially was trying to figure out the world around them when science wasn't an option and science couldn't tell them everything. Tried to figure out the world around them through story, and I think, obviously scientific advancements are amazing and science is a very interesting thing, but I think there is a kind of, how do I put this, not knowing something or not knowing why something works breeds a certain level of creativity to try and figure out how that thing works, and I think folklore really shows that. And then in terms of Jewish mythology, honestly, I will leave article links down below. is just mad interesting. It just is. There's something really almost scary in Jewish mythology and horror, is that it's monotheistic in nature, which basically means that everything in monotheistic kind of horror realm comes from one God. It comes from an almighty God. So it means that dark and light, good and evil, come from one almighty Lord. You know, evil isn't a separate entity, unlike dualistic horror, where, you know, God is either God is very separate from the evil that is taking place, or just isn't like mentioned. But in Jewish mythology and horror, everything comes from God, including all the evil stuff. And that means that every creature that you see in Jewish mythology has a divinity. Even though it's evil, it has a divinity, which to me is just a very interesting concept, because then it makes you question what's evil and what's not. And there's an ambiguity in Jewish mythology and horror, that, you know, it's sad idea of where does evil come from, where does evil originate from, and what makes man, you know, really do such horrible things, and does that come from God? And I think that's just such an interesting concept, because obviously in Catholicism, and, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking of specifically, God and the devil are two very separate entities, and, you know, no evil can come from God in that sense. And I think it's just a fascinating kind of idea that Jewish mythology looks at, that is almost like switched on its head. So in terms of like YouTube and stuff, so originally, if you didn't know, I did YouTube, honestly, I would say about 3 years ago, like roughly, because I do body painting and special effects makeup, and at the time when I made my first channel, that is what I focused on. And yeah, I realised that, like, I think I made honestly about 8 videos, and I just realised that I didn't enjoy it as much. I'm not very good when it comes to makeup tutorials or talking about beauty and stuff. Like, I like to talk about it the odd time, which is kind of why it's sort of splattered in a couple of my videos, and will be in a couple of these vlogs. But it wasn't what I love talking about, and I feel like when someone doesn't love what you're talking about, you can clearly tell. It's just very obvious, and I just felt like that was the videos that I was making. So now I'm just kind of trying to make content that I enjoy putting out, and that I look at and I'm like, you know what, that's a really good video. I'm really proud of putting it out there. So that is kind of the content I'm going to make. So it's going to be a lot. It's kind of going to be sort of lifestyle / theatre and film probably. So we're just going to make fashion as well. We're just going to make the videos that we want to make, and hopefully they turn out decent. So that's the plan. So some of my favourite YouTubers now, like, see Cup of Jasmine, her vlogs are the most aesthetically pleasing vlogs I have ever seen in my life. Like, I love them and I binge watch them. Noelle Gallagher, she just loves what she's talking about, and I love that so much. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and just enjoyed this little chatty style, get to know me, what am I doing kind of idea. Have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.